All right. So multi-user endpoints. Been working on this for a year. The fun part for me is I had the majority of this finished in 2 hours a year ago today on the flight home. And the rest of the year has been buttoning up the details because security matters. Who knew? Let's get into it. I'm going to kind of work backwards to multi-user computes, multi-user computing, multi-user endpoints. There we go, speaking fast. By talking about what it's not. And we're used to thinking of a user endpoint as you configure it, you start it up, which means to us register it, get yourself an endpoint ID, you take that endpoint ID, you plug it into SDK and profit. And then you realize, oh, wait, I need to change a configuration. I need to have more processes available. I need to change, I want to use CUDA, or I want to change the wall time. Who knows? Sometimes this proliferates into just change your configuration.
Conference.
Going to ignore that. Cool. Going to ignore that. Sometimes, please mute. Proliferates into, and Ryan Sharp will talk all about this, lots of endpoints. Well, the multi-user endpoint is not that, but what it does do, because it does not run tasks at all, and that's intentional. We don't want to have the power user running tasks, running untrusted code. What it does do is start user endpoints. Kind of a minutiae difference, but a big one when you're an administrator wanting to think about running this for users. And it does this on command. When you submit a task as the executor.submit, it will the web service will take that and say, oh, it's to a multi-user endpoint. Let's go make sure that endpoint has a user endpoint running for the user to run this specific set of tasks. Here's an example. I just to prove I'm not lying to you, it's actually happening. And the key point here is the top one is root owned, and everyone else is a different user. Everyone else is running as a sub-process, drop privileges, just working as your normal standard user endpoint, managed by the multi-user endpoint. Not a big deal, but showing that proof of concept. Fine, let's get into how you might actually utilize this. Is that a question for me? No, okay. How we might actually do this, and that would be on the administrator side, you would write your user configuration. This would be the standard, a template, if you will, for what we fill out. This is actually a Jinja template that you want your users to have set up for the user endpoints. So I don't have to think about as a user now, is this a Slurm outfit or a PBS outfit, a Conra outfit? No, the administrator is taking care of that for you. The only thing you do want to pay attention to is the bold items here. The account ID, the wall time in this case, are the two, what will be filled in, the user can change. The hook endpoint, the user can actually modify. How does the user do that? With the executor, user endpoint config. Pretty simple. And that's small details, but the whole point is to try and remove the need to manage the user endpoint, to let the multi-user endpoint just do this for you. So now I can bring the what I do need for my actual codes closer to my actual processing of the data for my research. And just proving the point here, I didn't go change configurations. I didn't have to remote in. I didn't have to create another configuration for changing the wall time or whatnot. I just submitted a new task. I think it's cool. All right. So proving the point again, this is basically the same thing on my laptop again yesterday, pointing out two different endpoints running the same point. I did not remote in and change the configuration, or in my case, log in on my same laptop. All right, where are we? So this boils down for me, what's really the value add? And that. I don't want to have to handle multiple configurations. I just want to get to my science. I want to get to what I'm trying to work on. That's a big detail. Again, specified tasks, the task mesh is same concept, kind of reiterated. But here's a big one, I think. I think most folks just want to do their science, want to stick in the Jupyter notebook, don't want to have to go, oh, log in again. Oh, wait, did the supercomputer restart? It's been 2 weeks again. Okay, yes. And I don't want to deal with SSH, which is a cool tool, but it's still one more roadblock between me and what I actually want to be doing as a scientist or research or whatnot. So for users versus the site administrators, the flip side of that then of multi-user is this is really cool. I've got power over what my users will be running on my site. I can make sure to pre-select certain items or enforce other items, like I want to have to shut down after a certain amount of idle time. Just random example. Here's another one. As an administrator, I don't like seeing various processes just sitting there forever on the process table. So we try and take care of shutting down automatically after it's no longer in use. There's no outstanding task. We'll take, okay, 5 minutes gone by, you're quiet, go away. Here's one Josh just mentioned. We just recently figured this one out. This is if you use GCS, the standard Globus identity mapping, the literally drop in the same as GCS. So if you've got a configuration all set up, you can point to this and it just works. And that's kind of, that right there is a huge crux of how to do the user dropping privileges, going to become the right user, how to do that from the Globus auth. There's a whole, I think, cool, I'm not going to do it out now, how to make that happen. But this is the big point for me. That's it, lowering the barrier for using your site. You want to be secure, but also want to get out of the way of folks who are actually using your site for what they were supposed to be doing. So cool. This is the current status. I said it's here. It's almost here. I got a few more things to finish out yet. So like next week, I promise. And then this will be ready for stands Josh and others saying, actually, Kevin, stop over promoting it. Next Q2, Q1. Yeah. Any questions? I kind of talk fast. How'd I do?
Another minute.
Another minute. Oh, geez. Okay. Ask questions then.
Yeah.
Fire away, Greg.
I guess kind of two questions. One, how will users discover multi-user endpoints? And will you be able to see the endpoint like in the user interface and see it like how you're using it? What would that look like?
Yes and yes. So the first question is how will users discover this? And at the moment, I don't have a great story for that. I assume it's communication via documentation. Josh, you may have more insight there.
The other part of that's we're providing web UI interfaces for discovery.
Okay, so web UI. And the other side is, yes, it will. They do show up on the standard user endpoints being forked off. So yes, they'll show up on the web interface as well, with an ugly long name, but yes, it's there.
Go ahead.
Christine?
Yeah, so can these run like any function that a user wants, or can an administrator have a set of like whitelisted functions that they can only run?
Also, yes, I think somebody in your group asked that 2 months ago, and Lay put in place a prevention of that. So yes, both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is the like overhead of launching all these like sub processes? What happens if 1,000 users come along to one multi-user endpoint?
You say, thank goodness I've got users, and you deal with it. But hopefully they aren't all in the same time splicing, in which case then, nominally speaking, after whatever the administrator sets up, they will idle out and say, time to go away. In fact, what I did not show in here, I was having fun with set proc title, and changing this will actually, there we go, we'll actually and say, hey, by the way, I think we're idle and we're going to shut down in 5 minutes. And then 4.5 minutes, and 3 minutes, then it actually goes away. Whatever you want to set for the idle time, but it actually lets you know, by the way, I'm almost idle, it goes away. Hopefully, you don't have all the same time 1,000 users, but hopefully have 1,000 users.
Okay. Any other questions? Everyone on Zoom? Like not. All right. So
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.